In today's session, we're going to be playing with 3 very important foundation skills for using positive reinforcement in training safely. A lot of people are reluctant to use cookies in their training because they're afraid that they're going to create a carnivorous unicorn. And in fact, they definitely can. You will have trouble with mugging and obnoxious, overreactive horses if you are not predictable in your treat giving and your horses don't know how to be polite when they're taking cookies. So let's talk about the exercises that we're going to practice today. These 3 skills have to come before everything else. And what they're going to do is teach your horse to be calm and respectful when taking cookies. Until you have this down pat, everything else is just going to be a challenge. So I would love it if this week you could do as many sessions as possible. Make them short, make them sweet. Do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, maybe throw 15 minutes in the middle there. But until your horses are no longer mugging you and understand exactly how to take cookies and where to get them, everything else is going to be more complicated. I'm going to warn you though, the hardest part about these lessons is getting your muscle memory down and making sure that you are so predictable that then you will never start nibbling and snuggling all over your body looking for a cookie again. That's the best part about positive reinforcement. It actually stops mugging horses, because there's no reason to look for it as long as you are a predictable treat giver. What we're gonna do today is first, we're gonna teach the horses how to understand what a click means. We're gonna call it charging the clicker. We're gonna make a sound and we're gonna give them a cookie. That's it, that's the first spot. That way they pair the sound of the click with the treat. And until we do that, they're not gonna understand. So first, we'll charge the clicker. Second, we're going to teach them to be polite when they take them in the polite position. I'm going to bring Bo in and we're going to have a little demonstration with him. We're going to stand quietly, and when the horse's head is straight, which is our desired behavior, and this head is in a perfect horse position, we're going to use a wide stretch to give the cookie. Notice how long my arm is. It's very long. If your arm is not this long, use your body. Whatever you gotta do to get the horse's head right in front of him when he eats cookies. Because we would love it if that's what he always does. He always puts his head straight and gets the cookie. Will be not here, will be not here, and the way we're gonna teach that is shaping that behavior. Now, the third thing we're gonna teach him is to target our hand so that we can ask him to go places. So I'll hold my hand out. When he touches my hand, I'm going to click. He may not touch it right away, so I might have to click when he gets close. That's using approximation. Now, as soon as we have that skill down, then we can show them where we want them to go, we can get their attention, and also sometimes that might have to come between the two if your horses aren't really just coming straight up and mugging you for cookies. I use other targets as well, particularly if I have a more aggressively munchy horse or someone that I'm afraid might accidentally bite my hand. I might use the end of a dressage whip, little shiny thing on the end. Sometimes if a horse is a little scared of a whip, I might even wrap a bunch of vet wrap around the end of it so it's a big puffy thing. And we might use more hand targets or other kinds of targets as we go through this course as well. But 3 important foundation skills for today and for this week so that we can get everything else rolling is charging the clicker, teaching the horses to be polite and taking the cookies with a head straight, and also starting with the hand target, okay? Now, also very important thing that you need to have by the end of this week is that cookies come far away from your body using your offside hand, and we're gonna keep our pouch on the offside of our body. Okay, I know that might have been a lot. So now I'm going to show you a demonstration with 3 different horses so you can see how they all react a little bit differently. And the same 3 skills are what I'm going to be working on. Let's go. Everybody, this is Bonanza. Bonanza, this is everybody. Okay, so even from just that, you can see that Bo is maybe halfway educated on clicker. Bo's been laid up for a couple of months, so he's an exceptionally good guinea pig for our experiments because he had a little bit of positive reinforcement training before, and then he's had a couple months off where he got to just kind of vacation and be a horse. And now we're gonna get back to work and he's gonna help us teach you. First things first, I've got Bo in a protective contact. This is what we call this. He has a rope that makes it so he cannot reach me if he wanted to mug me. That way I never have to push him away. I never have to flop my, get him out of my space. I can simply just step back as long as he's mugging me. And I can reward him when he stops mugging me. So I'm gonna go through our exercises together. I'll voice over for some details, and then we'll see another horse. Once Bo has a nicely established, polite posture and isn't mugging towards me, I'm going to start luring him backwards with his treat. This will reinforce the fact that cookies don't come from me and will later lead to a nice cue for backup. And then I can add in a hand target to pull him forward. And repeat. He's getting a little excited, so I'm about to end this little mini session with a jackpot. I give him some cookies in a bowl, and a release word, and a thumbs up. This is a second mini session a couple minutes later. Attentioned with a target. Should have had your treat pouch ready. Would have been a smart idea to switch my pouch to the other side. But I guess my long arms can reach. And a jackpot to end the mini session. This is Celebrity. I'm going to target to get his attention. He's a bit more of an extrovert and tends to get a little bit more excited. He also makes some stinky faces that we're working through. Once he established polite posture, I started treating backwards, and now I can draw forward with a hand target. We can discuss those ears later. Switching my pouch. Oops, clicked late. I clicked when his nose was towards me, so I'm going to do a couple with him way far away from me to kind of reinforce that I didn't actually mean to bring your nose to me for a click. And now I'll reestablish positioning by luring him backwards and a target forward. Jackpot to end the mini session, and my release word, which is just French for okay. Now I'm going to start targeting in other places just to make sure that the horses understand. And this method of treating up high is good for horses that get super grabby, which is something that Celebrity tends to do when he gets very worked up or frustrated or anxious or super hungry. So if I find that he's being grabby, I will treat up high like that, and it slows him down. Next we have Griff. He's my most experienced positive reinforcement horse. And he's interesting because he is a quite dominant, super sensitive introvert. He does something really interesting when he has too much pressure on him, in which you'll see him turn his head to the left, and he needs a moment. I've found that if I don't wait for him in these moments, then I will end up just standing around asking for things that he won't give me. He's really taught me to slow down. Again with the head turn. We're all just going to hang out and wait till Griffey's comfy again. Even I have to take a deep breath and wait for him to start blinking. And when he's present again, I'll ask for something, but not till then. We have been struggling a bit with Griffin getting overstimulated by the food. So as he gets excited and starts making more racket, I'm going to end the mini session sooner. Trying to teeter right on that edge of playing along with me and being too overstimulated. You can see that all of these horses are no longer mugging and are ready to be taken out of protective contact.